4,386 years after the birth of cultivation magic, Wang Ling emerged as the most overpowered human to ever exist. This ugly, poor, neglected child spent his entire life hiding his godlike powers because his pathetic parents were too weak and useless to handle raising a literal weapon of mass destruction. But after years of pretending to be a worthless loser, Wang Ling finally enrolled in a magic academy where he'd have to convince all the brain-dead students around him that he wasn't about to blast through their holes with a single sneeze. In the year 4386, in the city of Wasu, during the era of technological evolution, the world was completely peaceful until a giant frog appeared known as the King of Beasts. This disgusting monster started wrecking the city, and people were running around like pathetic fools trying to save their worthless lives. At that moment, our protagonist, Wang Ling, walked into a shop to buy some crispy noodles. Meanwhile, a team of magical heroes showed up to fight the frog. They launched their attacks, but their protection was as useless as their faces. The frog smacked them around, and this useless group of losers couldn't do shot about it. As Wang Ling headed home with his noodles, the magician Zhou spotted him, grabbed this weak bastard, and dragged him to safety so the monster wouldn't destroy his area. Zhou went back to fight, and later everyone thought Zhou had defeated the beast alone. They built a statue for him, and at the prestigious magic school, he became the hero who supposedly saved humanity. Congratulations, you played yourself. Time skipped to the first day of school at the Magic Academy, and Wang Ling showed up looking like a useless dweeb. Two bullies stopped this hopeless, disgusting virgin and said, "You're from class 5, right? You're the weakest boy. Don't worry, we're your older classmates. We'll protect your flat ass in this school." Of course it came with a price, and these pathetic losers wanted his money. Then Sun Rong appeared, the famous daughter of Flower Fort Company owner, with her weapons of mass distraction on full display. The bullies yelled at her to get lost, but when she got close, they realized she wasn't someone whose choke point they could exploit. These spineless dweebs ran away screaming, "You're a girl, and we don't fight girls."
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Sun Rong reached out for a handshake and said, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." But Wang Ling, this worthless, ugly, hopeless, disgusting virgin, misunderstood completely, handed her his money, and walked away, leaving Sun Rong standing there, looking like a pathetic fool. Zhou's hologram appeared before the students, and everyone was amazed. He welcomed them to the school on behalf of the Magic Bureau, and introduced the test that would measure their magical power and determine if they'd make it to the elite class or stay with the useless losers in regular classes. The test began. First up was Guo Hao, and the students whispered that he looked unusual. Turns out he actually created this story. Guo Hao entered the dark chamber where water covered the floor, and this weak, ugly old man started shaking. The frog monster projection appeared, and he fell on his ugly ass in fear. The examiner told him to attack so they could assess his power. Guo Hao tried, but he was more useless than his face and got thrown out, ending up in the regular class where he belonged. Most students ended up being pathetic and got placed in regular classes. Then Chen Chao entered, full of enthusiasm, and attacked with decent power, making it into the elite class. The test continued, but only a few students reached elite status. Sun Rong's name flashed on screen, and students cheered for her massive cannons. She entered and attacked the frog with incredible strength, setting a new record and securing her elite spot. As she walked out, Wang Ling stepped forward. Students mocked this disgusting face loser, saying there was no need to test him because he'd obviously end up with the worthless peasants. As soon as Wang Ling entered, the atmosphere shifted. The frog recognized him and started shedding itself in terror. The scene flashed back to when Zhou attacked the frog. Back then, the frog had actually knocked Zhou to the ground and was about to finish him off. But Wang Ling appeared, kicked the frog, and penetrated deep inside its body with one hit, all because it annoyed him and interrupted his noodle time. In the present, the frog trembled and begged Wang Ling not to come near, saying another hit would be the end. It was revealed that Wang Ling was bigger than any king in more ways than one, insanely powerful but pretending to be weak because he didn't like showing off. As Wang Ling prepared to strike, his power surged and blasted through the frog's hole completely, obliterating the simulation. the screens burned out, and students couldn't see what happened. When they came back, students were in shock. This allegedly worthless creep had defeated the frog, entered the elite class, and set a new world record. The scene shifted to elite class where Teacher Pan introduced herself. She demonstrated summoning magic, calling forth a giant fish. Students took turns, but most summoned disgusting creatures that were as useless as their faces. Students gathered around Sun Rong, who'd summoned a skeletal dog that impressed these brain-dead morons. Teacher Pan turned to Wang Ling and asked if he needed the spell explained again. Wang Ling gave it a shot and shocked everyone by summoning the actual frog monster. Even the frog screamed, "Why are you after me? Leave me the FK alone." Students panicked and ran like weak, pathetic humans, but the teacher said she'd handle it. She cast a spell transforming the frog into a green pet dog. Students gathered around the dog while Wang Ling quietly left, like he didn't just destroy their entire worldview. The scene flashed back to Wang Ling's birth. His father waited outside the operating room when the nurse came out, looking like she'd seen some disgusting shit. The father panicked, thinking something happened to the baby, and started crying like a pathetic worm. But the nurse told him the baby came out walking on his own. The father saw Wang Ling standing there and fainted like a useless loser. Next morning, both parents stood beside Wang Ling. His father brought him a rare limited edition toy sword, and his mother said she spent 3 days searching for it online. Wang Ling showed zero interest, even though his parents were excited like idiots. Then, Wang Ling revealed his mind-reading ability and discovered his father bought the sword because he wanted it, and finally found an excuse. Same with his mother. She spent 3 days searching for a fake version to save money because she's cheap as hell. His father handed him the sword, but Wang Ling imagined all the problems if it broke in his hands due to his overwhelming power. He quickly realized the only solution was to act like a normal baby. Problem solved. His parents got distracted and completely forgot about the sword, like the brain-dead fools they were. Over time, Wang Ling discovered he possessed god-level powers that could penetrate deep inside reality itself and reshape the world. 5 years later, when Wang Ling was 6, the story returned to the moment he had defeated the frog monster. His parents watched him, unable to believe what they were seeing, like the brain-dead fools they were. Afterward, his father took him aside and decided to create a special seal to suppress his magical power so no one would discover it. He successfully applied it, thinking he actually accomplished something. Then Wang Ling's mother gave him a golden energy pill, claiming it was a nutritional supplement. In reality, it was meant to weaken his spiritual energy, but Wang Ling had known this all along and never actually took the pill because he wasn't a useless dweeb. His parents constantly worried about him like hopeless idiots. His mother recalled the problems caused by his extraordinary power, like when he nearly set the house on fire at his birthday party while blowing out the candles, or when he was 10 and accidentally sent other kids flying while playing, simply because the tag on his back that controlled his power had come off. More than anything, she just wanted Wang Ling to live a normal life. The next day, Wang Ling went to school, where class elections were taking place. Chen Chao nominated himself and was supported by Guo Hao. Sun Rong also ran, backed by all the girls in the school, with their flat asses cheering. The crowded area was uncomfortable for Wang Ling, so he decided to find a quieter spot. Then he spotted crispy noodles at the school shop and rushed over to buy them, but Sun Rong's bodyguard had already bought everything in the store. He was distributing it to students for free on the condition that they vote for Sun Rong in the elections. The students got annoyed and left like worthless losers. Chen Chao confronted Sun Rong about her actions, accusing her of cheating. She replied that she was only helping the students. Everyone was surprised when Wang Ling suddenly called out to Sun Rong and said he would vote for her in exchange for the noodles. He cast his vote and took the noodles, inspiring the other brain-dead students to follow his lead. At that moment, Sun Rong activated her charm skill on all the students, and it worked perfectly. She was ready to exploit their choke points. As she walked away, she realized Wang Ling was missing. She asked her bodyguard about him, and he told her Wang Ling had left a while ago, leaving behind the golden orb, a ball of energy. Later, everyone returned to class, where the teacher was explaining the charm spell. All the students were still under Sun Rong's spell, except for Wang Ling, who remained unaffected. Sun Rong grew anxious, fearing someone would expose her magic. She glanced at Wang Ling just as he told her not to take the pill her bodyguard had given her. She thought he was trying to help and assumed he was encouraging her to take the pill, so she swallowed it like a pathetic fool. It greatly weakened her magical power, breaking the spell on all the students. The teacher then asked Sun Rong to explain the spell to the class. Sun Rong stood up but felt dizzy and tripped over a bottle on the floor, falling forward. Just before she hit the ground, Wang Ling caught her at the last second, feeling the softness of her plot. The teacher then called on Wang Ling and said, "Come, you explain the spell instead." Wang Ling let go of Sun Rong and performed the spell. Afterward, the teacher announced that Chen Chao had won the elections, and Chen Chao and Guo Hao were overjoyed. Later in his office, the teacher reported everything that had happened at school concerning Wang Ling to someone on the phone. He explained how impressed he was by Wang Ling's intelligence and strength, and it was revealed that the person on the phone was Zhou. Meanwhile, Sun Rong was unknowingly under the influence of Wang Ling's magic. She searched for him online, growing increasingly curious, and she couldn't stop thinking about riding his bone. She couldn't understand why she kept thinking about him so much. The next day, all the students were excited as they brought their magical furnaces for the lesson on crafting magic orbs. Chen Chao entered with a massive copper furnace, claiming it was his grandfather's, the one he had used to create level 9 energy orbs. Just then, Sun Rong arrived at school with her weapons of mass distraction bouncing. Chen Chao walked over to greet her, but she ignored this worthless peasant and instead called out to Wang Ling, embarrassing Chen Chao greatly. Wang Ling noticed that his magic was affecting Sun Rong, so he decided to get closer and cancel the spell. The moment he walked away, Sun Rong turned red with embarrassment and collapsed to the ground. The students then went to class, where Teacher Pan explained the process of crafting magic orbs. They eagerly began their experiments. Guo Hao had a new, highly advanced device with incredible features for making magic orbs, and it was revealed that he was actually a spirit being. Suddenly, Chen Chao's copper furnace exploded due to excessive power. He started crying like a pathetic worm because he had destroyed his grandfather's furnace, fearing his father would kill him if he found out.
Emotional damage!
The other students continued working, and the teacher informed them that the orbs would take 7 hours to be ready. Everyone left, leaving their furnaces behind. As soon as the students were gone, the frog dog tricked them out of the classroom and sneaked inside. It attempted to swallow Guo Hao's spirit furnace. Wang Ling followed it and found the furnace inside the frog dog's mouth. The creature ran away from Wang Ling, but he eventually caught it and retrieved the furnace. Meanwhile, Chen Chao was still running on the track, recalling the moment he had asked his father for the furnace. His father had eventually agreed, but warned him, "If you don't win first place, you know what will happen to you." Back with Wang Ling, he was washing the furnace when Guo Hao caught him and got angry. Wang Ling calmly said he could explain everything right now. Wang Ling explained what had happened, but Guo Hao didn't believe him. Guo Hao pulled out his gun, took the furnace from Wang Ling, and fired a strange substance at him. At that moment, Chen Chao was standing behind Wang Ling and got hit instead. Chen Chao collapsed unconscious, and his body started changing color. Guo Hao panicked, growing even more nervous as Wang Ling grabbed Chen Chao and they rushed to fix the magic orbs and find a way to help him. Guo Hao tried multiple times, but failed, eventually leaving it to Wang Ling and saying, "I'll handle anyone who comes in." Guo Hao went outside and tried to stall the teacher and the students, but the teacher entered anyway. She inspected Guo Hao's furnace and found a perfect orb inside. Guo Hao was stunned, realizing that Wang Ling must have secretly helped him by placing a perfect orb in his furnace. Then, the teacher turned to Wang Ling's furnace and found a defective orb inside. Guo Hao felt deeply grateful to Wang Ling for sacrificing his own success for him. Meanwhile, Wang Ling was secretly hiding Chen Chao inside his copper furnace. In reality, it was Guo Hao's orb that had become perfect after Wang Ling had washed the furnace, and from the start, Wang Ling's orb had always been defective. Later, Guo Hao and Wang Ling took Chen Chao to the garden, where he finally woke up. Guo Hao smiled and said, "You're finally awake." Chen Chao looked behind him at his furnace, and Guo Hao said, "We fixed your furnace too." Chen Chao was overjoyed. In the end, he thanked them, apologized to Wang Ling, and started crying like the weak bastard he was. The next day at school, Sun Rong approached Wang Ling with her weapons of mass distraction bouncing. While she was talking to him, a group of assassins was targeting her, and one of them was aiming a sniper rifle right at her plot-filled body. In that moment, Sun Rong asked Wang Ling to be her friend and invited him to go out with her in the evening. She wanted him to penetrate deep inside her world. It was revealed that Sun Rong was in danger of being assassinated by a major criminal organization. Just as the sniper was about to pull the trigger, Wang Ling suddenly looked directly at him with sharp eyes. The sniper froze, shocked and trembling in fear, like a worthless loser. Then the teacher entered the classroom, and all the students returned to their seats. The teacher called Wang Ling and told him to follow him to his office. Wang Ling walked behind the teacher, using it as an excuse to escape from Sun Rong. At the same time, Sun Rong was now out of the sniper's line of sight, so the operation was called off. The mission leader told the sniper, "There's someone incredibly powerful inside that school." Meanwhile, Sun Rong kept following Wang Ling and the teacher like a hopeless, useless lover, and soon news of Wang Ling and Sun Rong's friendship spread throughout the school. Wang Ling entered the teacher's office, where Zhou was already waiting. The teacher introduced Zhou to Wang Ling and said Zhou had a question he wanted to ask him. Zhou greeted Wang Ling, and then the teacher left the two of them alone. As soon as the door closed, Zhou asked, "Aren't you the little boy who defeated the giant frog 10 years ago?" Back then, everyone believed that I was the one who defeated the monster. Suddenly, Zhou knelt before Wang Ling like a pathetic worm and said he had been searching for him for years. The moment he witnessed Wang Ling's incredible power, he was determined to find him and become his loyal servant. Wang Ling was annoyed that Zhou had discovered him, so he decided to use the forgetfulness trick on this brain-dead fool. Then, Wang Ling left the room. When the teacher entered the office again, he found Zhou looking extremely anxious like a useless nutcase. Meanwhile, Wang Ling sat to the side, taking out his crispy noodles, ready to eat. But then the frog dog approached him and warned him that there were assassins in the school. The next morning, Wang Ling woke up, brushed his teeth, and looked out the window, only to be shocked to see Sun Rong waiting for him outside with an entire fleet of cars and a large group of bodyguards. He went downstairs for breakfast with his family, thinking about how to deal with Sun Rong. To his surprise, his pathetic parents already knew about her and even encouraged him to befriend her. Before Wang Ling could react, he found himself dressed and ready, with his parents having prepared him without him realizing it. They pushed him outside to meet Sun Rong, and he got into her car as they set off on their outing. Reporters were everywhere, and even the assassins were watching. Their leader ordered them to follow Sun Rong until they found the right opportunity to kill her. Inside the car, Sun Rong told Wang Ling, "Today, I'm taking you to an exclusive place called Heavenly Paradise. It's actually a real estate project owned by my family, combining economy and urban renewal." Wang Ling was surprised to see that the place was completely empty. Sun Rong explained, "That's right. My grandfather built this place especially for me. I told him I wanted to spend the day here with you, so he cleared it of all people just for today." She wanted to be alone so he could blast through her hole without anyone watching. They finally arrived, and the guards welcomed them. Sun Rong was excited, but at the same time, the assassins had infiltrated the area through the tourist entrance, eliminating the guards like worthless peasants. Their leader ordered them, "If you don't kill Sun Rong this time, don't bother returning to headquarters." Sun Rong and Wang Ling explored the breathtaking locations, while a tour guide explained the historical site in front of them. The assassins saw their chance, and one of them fired a bullet at Sun Rong. Wang Ling noticed in time, caught the bullet with his mouth, and threw it back at the assassin, instantly taking him down. He wasn't about to let anyone else penetrate her body. Then, Wang Ling used the forgetfulness trick on Sun Rong and the guide, and they continued the tour as if nothing had happened. Even the assassin, unaware of what had really happened, assumed there was an issue with his gun. Sun Rong and Wang Ling kept enjoying the place. Every time an assassin got close, Wang Ling eliminated them without Sun Rong noticing a thing. Later, they got on the Ferris wheel, admiring the stunning view from above. The assassins also boarded, watching Sun Rong and Wang Ling closely. This time, Zhou noticed them and immediately realized Sun Rong was in danger. As the Ferris wheel reached its highest point, the assassins climbed into Sun Rong and Wang Ling's cabin and pointed their guns at them. Sun Rong confronted them, saying, "You're from the Dark Syndicate, aren't you?" One of the assassins smirked. "Impressive, you're quite sharp." Just as he was about to reveal more, their leader cut him off, yelling, "Idiot! She's trying to extract information from you." Sun Rong stepped forward and said, "I'm the one you're after. Let Wang Ling go." At that moment, a team of magical heroes arrived, preparing to rescue Sun Rong and Wang Ling. Sun Rong started crying, but Wang Ling grew furious. Terrified, the assassins backed away like weak, pathetic humans. Wang Ling struck one of them, sending him plummeting from the cabin. The second assassin, shaking like a disgusting coward, begged, "Please don't kill me." But Wang Ling grabbed him too, threw him off, and then unleashed a fiery eagle attack, turning him into fireworks that lit up the sky. Sun Rong couldn't believe what she was witnessing. She felt her floodgates opening as she got wet watching his power. This time, Wang Ling looked at her and said, "This power of mine, it's our little secret, right?" Sun Rong smiled and replied, "Of course." They continued watching the fireworks, enjoying the moment together. After that, the gang leader sat with her subordinates and told them the mission had failed once again, and Sun Rong was still alive, which meant their client was not pleased. The assassin who had failed reported that research indicated a very powerful man was always protecting her. The leader grew furious, unleashed her magical energy, and eliminated this worthless piece of trash on the spot. Then she addressed the rest of the gang, saying, "Since the founding of the Dark Syndicate, our mission success rate has always been 100%. We have always been at the top, but this is the first time we have been humiliated like this. We must kill her immediately. Do you understand?" The next day, the Dark Syndicate continued monitoring the school. When Sun Rong arrived, they noticed Wang Ling was with her again. Wang Ling met up with his friends. They looked around and asked, "Did we do something wrong, or what?" Sun Rong asked why they would say that, and one of them pointed out, "Because your bodyguards have completely surrounded us." Sun Rong was confused like a brain-dead idiot. Then the teacher approached and explained that Sun Rong was still in danger, so she would remain under protection. Sun Rong told the teacher, "But Wang Ling and I had fun yesterday at Heavenly Paradise, and we didn't see any assassins or anything." She was too busy thinking about his spear penetrating her. Zhou appeared and said that was because he had dealt with the assassins first. The scene flashed back to the previous evening. As Sun Rong and Wang Ling were heading home, Zhou, along with the mages and Sun Rong's guards, intercepted them. Sun Rong bid farewell to Wang Ling and left with her guards. Wang Ling then told Zhou, "Remember, you were the one who took care of the assassins, okay?" Zhou nodded that he understood like a worthless servant, and Wang Ling walked away. Back in the present, Zhou continued. He explained that he had secretly eliminated the assassins who were targeting Sun Rong, but that only angered the syndicate even more. They had sent a message saying they would kill her no matter what. Zhou reassured everyone not to worry because he had arranged the strongest security possible. Soon, the school was filled with heavy security measures and became extremely guarded. Even so, the assassins were still everywhere, trying to kill Sun Rong. They infiltrated the school from underground, silently taking out the guards one by one like pathetic weaklings. One of them, Shu from the Hammer unit of the Dark Syndicate, led the attack, but Zhou detected the infiltration. The teacher tried to calm the students, thinking they were panicking, but in reality, they were completely unbothered. Meanwhile, another assassin reached the upper floors and released a strange gas. It was poisonous, and he swiftly eliminated all the remaining guards in seconds. His name was Ping, the second-ranked member of the Hammer unit. Shu yelled at Ping, saying the mission was supposed to be stealthy, but now he had let everyone know they were there. Ping smirked and said, "Just eliminate everyone, and no one will ever know we were here." Shu sighed and said, "What do you expect me to do? Every single guard is chasing me right now." At that moment, the bulky teacher charged at Ping and attacked him, but Ping effortlessly dodged. Meanwhile, another assassin, the #1 ranked member of the Hammer Unit, Jen, who specialized in stealth, decided to strike. He prepared to attack the room where Sun Rong was hiding, wielding his massive warhammer. He was ready to fill her holes with his hard hammer. Just then, Wang Ling received a notification on his phone. It said he had won a free box of crispy noodles, which would be delivered to him by drone at any moment. The students watched the fight between Ping and the bulky teacher. Ping launched a devastating attack, but his weapon shattered as the teacher blocked it effortlessly. The students were amazed by the teacher's strength. At that exact moment, Wang Ling received a delivery confirmation message. Ping then activated his poison gas and forced the teacher to retreat. The teacher scowled and said, "Cowards like you always resort to cheap tricks like poison." Ping smirked and turned to flee, saying, "Goodbye, old man. I finally completed my mission." Suddenly, Wang Ling opened the door, and Ping ran straight into it, knocking himself out. "Congratulations, you played yourself," Wang Ling said. "Sorry, but I'm in a hurry," and walked off to collect his crispy noodles. Sun Rong tried to stop Wang Ling, but Zhou reassured her that he would be fine. At that moment, the bulky teacher apprehended Ping. Jen realized Ping had been taken down and asked Shu about the situation. Shu replied confidently, "Everything is going according to plan. I've already eliminated all the guards below." But then the frog dog appeared in front of Shu. Thinking it was just a harmless pet, Shu tried to play with it. Instead, the creature absorbed all of Shu's spiritual energy, turning him into an old man. The dogs ate him out. Then the frog dog transformed back into its original frog form and finished off Shu completely. Jen grew anxious. "I'm the only one left. I have to finish this mission quickly." Just then, Wang Ling arrived on the rooftop. Jen panicked for a moment, then reassured himself. "It's just a student. Good. He doesn't see me. He's only here to collect a package." Wang Ling picked up the oversized box of crispy noodles and turned back inside. Then, he casually said, "Jen, I was actually talking to you. I'm sorry to say this, but your assassination attempt has failed." Jen was furious. He roared and charged at Wang Ling with his full strength, swinging his massive hammer with everything he had. But the opposite happened. The hammer shattered instantly.
"Surprise, motherfucker!"
Jen collapsed, bleeding from everywhere like a disgusting, worthless loser. The syndicate leader received a notification that the entire Hammer unit had been defeated. Wang Ling grabbed Jen, but as he was leaving, Zhou stopped him and said, "You defeated them all effortlessly, as always." Wang Ling used the forgetfulness trick on this brain-dead fool again and corrected him. "No, you defeated them." After that, they handed the captured assassins over to the authorities. Wang Ling then pretended to be injured, acting dramatically in front of everyone. Soon the news spread everywhere, celebrating the heroic Zhou, who had supposedly saved the school from a deadly assassin attack. The next day, Wang Ling pretended to be sick. Sun Rong had even built a healing chamber for him to recover quickly. She wanted to nurse him back to health so he could penetrate her body with his spear. Then Wang Ling's mother entered and told him it was time for lunch, so he got up to eat. She asked, "How long are you going to keep pretending you're sick? It's been 10 days, and you're still acting ill and skipping school." Just then, Wang Ling's friends arrived to visit him, so he immediately went back to pretending to be sick. His friends looked at him and said, "You're still lying in bed." Then, Guo Hao introduced his parrot, which was actually his pet. Suddenly, Sun Rong remembered she had forgotten the frog dog outside the door. They brought it in to Wang Ling, and his mother thanked his friends for taking care of him at school. Sun Rong then presented a collection of powerful elixirs, nutritional pills, and even energy-boosting injections, all manufactured by her family's company to help Wang Ling recover faster. Everyone was shocked by the sheer amount of items she had brought. Sun Rong was deeply worried and asked, "Do you really feel better? Last time, you were on the ground injured." She wanted to make sure his bone could grow hard again. Wang Ling reassured her, "Don't worry, I feel a lot better." Chen Chao smirked. and said Sun Rong had been so worried that she even called a helicopter from her family for emergency treatment. It was revealed that when Wang Ling had been pretending to be injured, he had seen how truly concerned Sun Rong was, even crying over him. Then Chen Chao stood up and said, "The teacher told me to give you this bracelet for the midterm exam." Sun Rong was furious, saying these exams drain Wang Ling's spiritual power. They decided to give Wang Ling the injection to help him recover instantly. Wang Ling panicked. He quickly jumped up, grabbed the bracelet, and said, "Actually, I've been feeling much better these past few days. I was going to tell you in 2 days anyway." Chen Chao then opened a message from the bracelet and measured Wang Ling's spiritual power. It showed a value of 600. At that moment, a huge number of students were using the bracelets to measure their spiritual power. Meanwhile, at another school, a group of students was also testing their power levels during an important meeting. One student was so strong that his power placed him at the top of the national ranking among the top 10 students. His name was Tang. Back with Wang Ling's friends, Guo Hao tested his power, but it was quite weak, only 175. His small persuasion couldn't compare to Wang Ling's large spear. Then Sun Rong tried, and her results were astonishing. Her power level was 3,952, ranking her second. Her massive cannons were armed and ready. Next, it was Wang Ling's turn. When he measured his power, the result was overwhelmingly high, leaving everyone in shock. Realizing what was happening, he quickly moved the orb elsewhere to avoid destroying the house. The system then displayed his power as 0, confusing everyone. They asked where Wang Ling's energy orb had gone. In reality, a gigantic orb, as large as the sun, had appeared above the planet. His large spear was bigger than anyone could handle. Soon, everyone discovered that Wang Ling was now ranked first, with an unmeasurable power value. After that, Wang Ling's friends said their goodbyes and left. That night, Wang Ling and Guo Hao sat together, trying to hack the system to change their rankings. At the same time, Fang Xin and his teammate were also hacking the system, checking if everything was normal or if Wang Ling was truly that powerful. Unfortunately, none of them could penetrate the system because the security and encryption were at an extremely high level. They couldn't exploit her choke point. Wang Ling then tried typing 8 asterisks, and suddenly he gained access. He immediately noticed that someone else had breached the system and was modifying the data. Guo Hao adjusted his results. Fang Xin's teammate asked, "Who's the hacker?" His partner replied, "Some idiot. If he keeps messing with the system this much, he'll trigger the alarm soon with this stupidity. What a brain-dead move." Fang Xin warned, "If they find out what we're doing, we'll be expelled from school." In the end, Guo Hao accidentally triggered the alarm. He and the others quickly exited the system, barely escaping before they were caught. Then Fang Xin told the students, "Next month, we might meet Sun Rong and Wang Ling in the Spirit Sword tournament." Fang Xin smirked and said, "Oh, we'll definitely meet them, and when we do, I will crush them for sure." He wanted to penetrate deep inside their defenses. After that, the results of the strength test for the rankings appeared, and the teacher told Teacher Pan that Wang Ling was in first place. Teacher Pan was shocked and asked if the system had made a mistake. The teacher replied, "You studied in the elite class. Tell me, what do you think about this?" Teacher Pan thought for a moment and said, "Wang Ling's level seemed different from his classmates, and he was always silent, so how did he come first internationally?" The teacher said, "This time we have 2 students who ranked first internationally, but there's a problem. Our school, Faction 60, is up against Faction 59. Teacher Pan was stunned and asked why they were facing the strongest school in the first round. The teacher explained it was because Wang Ling and Sun Rong raised their ranking this year. Teacher Pan said they had faced Faction 59 about 24 times, lost 23, and had 1 draw, fumbling the easiest bag in all of anime. The teacher responded that he was right, and that draw happened when Mr. Guo, the school's genius, was still a student. Then Guo said, "I have a feeling we will have a very interesting competition this year. We might see unexpected results." The chubby teacher said they needed to decide who would participate in the competition. Teacher Pan told them, "I don't know how you all are so calm." Meanwhile, the students of Faction 59 were training in the diverse environment training field. Journalists were interviewing Fang Xin, and a reporter asked what preparations they were making for the Spirit Sword competition. Fang Xin replied that they were fully prepared and that their students had undergone rigorous training for a month to achieve the best results. Fang Xin then gave an impressive, passionate speech that caught the attention of all viewers, even the reporter. The reporter asked what message Fang Xin wanted to send to their competitors from Faction 60. Fang Xin replied, "I challenge the princess in the sword competition, and I hope she shows us the power of her family." He wanted to see her weapons of mass distraction. The reporter then asked, "And what do you say to Wang Ling, the first-ranked student internationally?" Fang Xin grew visibly annoyed. The reporter continued, saying it was probably a system error and that he was just asking if Fang Xin wanted to say anything to him. Fang Xin replied, "I wish him luck in his training." At that moment, the teacher and Mr. Guo finished selecting the team that would compete in the tournament. The teacher asked, "Are you sure about this? All the students in the competition are at the top international level." "Yes, Sun Rong is first class, but the rest?" Guo interrupted and said he trusted her teaching quality, and he tricked her into agreeing. However, she told them they were still missing one student. The teacher reassured her, saying not to worry, and said Mr. Guo and he had discussed the matter. Then he presented the fifth member, a frog dog. They let the frog dog take the strength test, put the bracelet on it, and started the exam. Guo cheered for the frog dog, saying, "If you score 5,000, I'll let you out of the lock this time." The dog got excited and scored 5,000 points, becoming second in rank after Wang Ling. Then, a group of students from Fang Xin's class came and told him someone had surpassed him in spiritual strength. He learned it was a spirit beast, a frog dog, and Fang Xin grew even more irritated like a pathetic loser. Meanwhile, Guo discussed everything with the teachers, and they finalized all the details. At the end of the school day, Sun Rong said goodbye to her friends and left, while the others also headed home. The chubby teacher was at a restaurant eating when he called the 4 students, along with the frog dog, and congratulated them for being selected for the upcoming competition. The students celebrated their participation and started showing each other their spirit swords. If it were a sword, they'd put it in their mouths. At that moment, the principal of Faction 59 called Fang Xin and asked, "Are you ready for the competition?" Fang Xin replied, "Yes, I have collected all the student swords to examine them thoroughly." She told him, "All right, but there are only 4 students." Fang Xin replied, "That's because the 5th person is dangerous." The principal was shocked and said, "Are you seriously taking this risk and using that guy? Aren't you afraid of the consequences that might happen in the competition?" Fang Xin replied, "There's no way we will lose this year," looking very determined. He was ready to blast through their holes. She told him, "All right, do whatever you want." Fang Xin made it clear he would never let Faction 60 win the competition, then stormed off like a worthless loser. Not long after, it was revealed that the person he intended to bring in was a thug who used his power to hurt others. Around the same time, the news reported that the 7 magic powers had finally captured the Shadow Gang after discovering their main hideout for the first time. Soon after, Mr. Guo appeared in front of a crowd of reporters. When they pressed him for a statement, he explained that he had faced the Shadow Group twice in his life and had always managed to foil their plans. But this time, the situation was exceptional. He even addressed the organization's leader directly, saying he was eager to meet her again. Far away, the leader watched the broadcast, grew furious at Mr. Guo's words like a disgusting fool, and smashed the screen. Back at home, Wang Ling watched the news with his pathetic family. Out of nowhere, he asked where his sword was. His father looked confused, not even knowing what sword he meant. Wang Ling went straight to the storage room and dug through a box, only for a small boy to suddenly pop out. Wang Ling quickly shoved him back inside. Then he checked his phone and saw a message from the teacher saying they would be going to School 59 tomorrow. At that exact moment, the power control card on Wang Ling's back malfunctioned. The next day, Wang Ling showed his sword to his friends. They were stunned to see it was just a small, ordinary wooden sword. But the frog dog sensed immense power coming from it, just like it always did with Wang Ling. His bone was growing hard and ready. Soon, the teachers arrived and announced that the competition would last 5 days, meaning everyone would be staying overnight. The chubby teacher asked if they were all ready, then turned to Wang Ling and asked if that was the sword he planned to use. Wang Ling looked surprised, but the truth was he hadn't prepared anything, because he intended to pretend to be sick and avoid participating altogether. As the students boarded the bus to head to the competition, a member of the magic squad rushed to Mr. Guo with urgent news. They had captured the Shadow Gang's leader. Mr. Guo hurried to confirm it himself, entered the cell, stepped closer, and believed he was finally face to face with her until it was revealed to be a trap. A bomb puppet exploded, destroying the entire area. From a distance, the real leader watched and coldly praised her gift to Teacher Guo. She also kept her eyes on the bus heading to the tournament, revealing that everything had been her plan from the beginning. Even the discovery of the main hideout had been staged, just to lure them into taking the explosive puppet as if it were her. And when it came to eliminating Miss Sun Rong, she decided she would handle it personally this time. On the bus, the boy, who was actually Wang Ling's sword spirit, woke up again and tried to crawl out. Wang Ling kept pushing him back inside until the boy got annoyed. Wang Ling reminded him of their agreement from yesterday. He wasn't supposed to appear at all, and he promised him crispy noodles later if he behaved. Eventually, Wang Ling's team arrived at School 59, where the students and the principal were waiting to welcome them. It was revealed that Teacher Pan and Principal Shen used to be close friends in Faction 59 and were even roommates. Now, they were rivals. Principal Shen kept provoking Teacher Pan, and the two of them traded sharp verbal jabs like it was a full-blown war. While that was happening, Wang Ling started setting up his act, ready to fake a stomachache and withdraw from the tournament. But Principal Shen launched a strong attack and struck him. Wang Ling froze for a split second, then immediately leaned into the moment and pretended to be injured. His classmates and teachers rushed with concern. From afar, the leader watched as everything unfolded. Then, without warning, the card controlling Wang Ling's power malfunctioned again, unleashing enormous energy. Everyone was stunned by the overwhelming strength pouring out of him. His large spear was ready to penetrate deep inside. Wang Ling turned toward his sword spirit and demanded to know why he hadn't been warned that the talisman was faulty. The sword spirit insisted he had tried to tell Wang Ling several times on the bus, but Wang Ling had kept stopping him. Now, Wang Ling's power was unstable. If he didn't take the pill to suppress his energy immediately, his condition would deteriorate completely. Principal Shen brushed it off, saying Wang Ling was simply talented at acting. Sun Rong snapped, furious, shouting that Wang Ling's condition was critical because of her and demanding that she understand the situation. Principal Shen was genuinely confused and insisted she hadn't done anything. She turned to Fang Xin and asked if he had done something. Fang Xin looked up and claimed maybe the dangerous person was the cause, but in reality, he had nothing to do with it and was only watching from a distance like a useless dweeb. Meanwhile, Wang Ling continued fooling everyone, taking full advantage of the chaos. Then the leader received a report. Her assassination attempt on Mr. Guo had failed. Mr. Guo had managed to stop the plan at the last moment thanks to his extremely fast reflexes. With that, the leader chose to withdraw. Not long after, the medical team from School 59 arrived and took Wang Ling for a checkup, meaning Wang Ling's plan was working, for now. As the nurses escorted Wang Ling to the clinic, Sun Rong followed closely, but Fang Xin stepped in her way and tried to talk to her, reminding her who he was and claiming they had been in school together. Sun Rong cut him off instantly and angrily told this pathetic loser to get out of her way. She was about to hit him when his teammate stopped her. Fang Xin then introduced his teammate as the secretary of the student union at the school. Chen Chao tried to step in and help Sun Rong, but students from Faction 59 blocked him, warning him not to start a fight. Sun Rong fired back at Fang Xin, saying she joined Faction 60 because Faction 59 was full of trash like him. Fang Xin replied that he knew why she wasn't interested in him, because Wang Ling was there, and tried to reassure her that Wang Ling was safe in Faction 59 and would be fine. He wanted to be the one to penetrate her body with his spear. Before he could finish his sentence, Wang Ling suddenly burst into flames. Principal Shen rushed in, quickly healed him, and took him to the medical room. Fang Xin reacted with a sarcastic comment, wondering if Wang Ling had burned himself with magic. Sun Rong immediately drew her sword and moved to strike Fang Xin, terrifying this weak bastard. But the chubby teacher stepped in and stopped her, telling her to calm down and save her sword for the competition. Teacher Pan then warned Principal Shen to control her students better. Fang Xin apologized to the principal and admitted it was all his fault, like the spineless dweeb he was. After that, Principal Shen gathered everyone and told them to come to the sports hall so they could discuss the competition. Meanwhile, it turned out the dangerous boy was the one who had set Wang Ling on fire in the first place. Wang Ling was taken to the medical room where the nurse asked what had happened. The others explained that he had been burned with magic. But when they looked again, Wang Ling was no longer inside the wrap that Principal Shen had covered him with. Instead, he was already wandering through the school on his own. As he explored, Wang Ling called his father and told him the talisman was broken. He asked him to wait outside the school and bring a new one. His father didn't hesitate. He grabbed his flying sword and rushed to Wang Ling like a pathetic servant. While that was happening, everyone else arrived at the sports hall. The students were stunned by how huge and impressive it was, but the students from Faction 59 immediately mocked these worthless losers. Principal Shen stepped in and explained the competition rules. It would be a 5 versus 5 match across 5 different environmental arenas. The goal was to insert their spirit sword into the stone structure to earn a point, and whoever controlled all 5 structures would score 100% and win the competition. They needed to penetrate deep inside the holes. Wang Ling was still roaming the school when his sword spirit asked if he had gotten lost. Wang Ling admitted he probably had, but he couldn't use his spiritual energy or he might destroy something. The sword spirit told him it could sense an exit nearby. Wang Ling found the exit right as Fang Xin announced that Faction 60's team didn't meet the minimum number of members, meaning they should be disqualified. Sun Rong snapped back, pointing out that Fang Xin was the one who injured Wang Ling. Mr. Guo cut in as well, telling Fang Xin to count properly, because Faction 59 also only had 4 members. Fang Xin just smirked and said their 5th member had been there all along. Without warning, a water-based magical attack shot toward the Faction 60 students, but they dodged it quickly. Then, the dangerous boy appeared, moving at incredible speed. He walked straight up to Sun Rong and handed her a flower. He wanted to show her his long stick. Sun Rong refused and demanded to know why she would take anything from someone she didn't even know. The boy said she didn't need to know him, and no one did, but if she accepted the flower, he would help her take down Fang Xin and his team. Principal Shen erupted, accusing him of betraying them. The boy shrugged it off, saying he didn't care, and that there was a huge gap in power between the teams, so this would balance things out. Chen Chao couldn't take it. He rushed the boy, shouting for him to get his hands off Sun Rong. The boy countered with a brutal attack that sent Chen Chao flying. He was clapping Chen Chao's cheeks. He kept striking Chen Chao, driving him down until he slammed him into the ground. Everyone was stunned by the boy's strength, but Chen Chao still forced himself back up like a weak bastard. That only made the boy angrier. He launched another attack, ready to finish Chen Chao off, until Wang Ling suddenly appeared and pulled Chen Chao out of danger. It was revealed that the world was still in danger, because if Wang Ling's talisman exploded, his unleashed energy would destroy everything. Just then, Wang Ling's father called and said he was outside, and Wang Ling needed to come out. Wang Ling answered that he was busy and couldn't come out right now, then hung up. The dangerous boy turned his anger toward Wang Ling and attacked him, but Wang Ling dodged effortlessly and kept walking as if nothing had happened. Sun Rong checked on Wang Ling, and in that moment, Wang Ling handed her a flower. Wang Ling's sword spirit grew furious and told Wang Ling to finish that disgusting fool, but Wang Ling shut it down, telling the sword spirit to be quiet and stay put. With everyone present, Principal Shen told the students to proceed to the preparation room. At the same time, the leader of the Shadow Gang successfully infiltrated School 59, disguised as a student, observing everything without being detected. Mr. Guo discovered the leader's plan and rushed toward School 59. Back with the students, they headed for the preparation room, but Wang Ling didn't join them. He said he needed to buy crispy noodles with potato flavor. The leader watched Wang Ling and thought it was finally her chance, but she suddenly felt someone behind her. The dangerous boy had caught her. He told her to stop acting because she wasn't from Faction 59. Then, in a completely foolish attempt to befriend her, he even insulted her by calling her an old lady. Enraged, she beat him up brutally like the worthless piece of trash he was. Meanwhile, Wang Ling got his noodles and returned to his team, only to find that the leader had tied up the boy and hung him up. After that, she tied up both the dangerous boy and Wang Ling and threw them onto the rooftop because they had discovered her plan. Inside the school, she had an old man assisting her. She told him to keep a close watch on them. The old man said that those two were still in the foundation stage and couldn't do anything. Even so, the dangerous boy struggled against the magical ropes, fighting to free himself while suffering badly. His small persuasion couldn't handle the pressure. Suddenly, time rewinds to the moment right before the old man struck the boy. The same scene plays out again. The old man hits the boy and sends him crashing through to the floor below. But this time, the ugly bastard turns and sees Wang Ling smiling at him, and real fear hits this worthless loser. Sun Rong and her guards rush in again to reach Wang Ling, only to find the old man tied up instead. Guo Hao is the one lifting him into the air, telling them he already defeated the driver, so there's no problem anymore. Everyone is stunned. Reporters arrive and hold a press conference with Guo Hao, and he declares that he successfully rescued the hostages like a Giga Chad. The leader, still disguised as the dangerous boy, is furious, but stays undercover. She's frustrated that she failed to eliminate Sun Rong, that flat ass getting on her nerves. Then Yang walks up to the disguised leader, puts a hand on her shoulder, and asks why she looks so upset. Meanwhile, the magic officer questions Wang Ling about the hole in the rooftop, asking if it happened during the battle. Wang Ling replies, no, it was already there when they arrived. By this point, the dangerous boy has completely disappeared from sight. Wang Ling's magic sword is the one hiding him, and it asks Wang Ling if he really doesn't want them to rescue that disgusting, worthless guy. Wang Ling tells the sword to stay next to him, watch him closely, and not let him escape. The sword agrees, then asks about the competition. Wang Ling says not to worry. The competition is already over. Wang Ling then goes down to his friends, who are all happy to see him. The next day, the competition begins. Wang Ling keeps a close eye on the boy, while the leader remains puzzled about why Wang Ling is still hiding the fact that she's in disguise. She tells herself he's probably just a brain-dead beginner, and that's why this is happening. The announcer explains the competition's rules and conditions to the students. The tournament is officially opened, and the reporters capture the event as usual. Wang Ling, who originally tried to avoid participating, is now excited and eager to play, ready to exploit some choke points. The match begins, and each team moves to their designated location assigned by the magic stone. Meanwhile, Wang Ming rushes to reach him and apply the seal, but he's already too late. Teacher Ban approaches Wang Ming and asks what he's doing there. Guo Hao greets him, and Teacher Ban is surprised to see they know each other. Wang Ming pulls Guo Hao aside and explains the issue with the talisman, saying it must be replaced immediately. Guo Hao becomes extremely nervous, his worthless face showing panic. The competition continues, and Faction 59's team arrives at the Earth Arena. They search for the dangerous boy, but one teammate says his power is now completely different from what was recorded in the files, so they can't pinpoint his location. Yang tells his team they must be cautious if they encounter the dangerous boy, treating him as an enemy before he penetrates deep inside their defenses. At the same time, Faction 60's team also arrives, but they're all in different locations. Chen Chao is near the metal structure, Sun Rong is at the water structure, and Froggy is at the fire structure, with those mommy milkers of Sun Rong probably distracting everyone. It's then revealed that the dangerous boy is also at the fire structure. The team members ask where Wang Ling is, and one replies that Wang Ling's spiritual power is 0, so he's completely off the radar. They won't know his location until they see him. Yang deduces that Wang Ling must be in the south, the only area left. A team member rushes off toward Wang Ling, saying to leave him alone and that he'll finish him off so the wood structure will be theirs. That useless dweeb, thinking he can take on Wang Ling. Back with Yang's team, the fat boy asks about Guo Hao, but no one answers. Yang tells him not to be impatient, saying they will definitely run into him. They move forward, unaware that Guo Hao is hiding behind a large rock right next to them, ready to blast through their holes. Suddenly, Yang strikes with his sword and seems to take Guo Hao out. He laughs and orders his teammate to handle Chen Chao at the metal structure while he heads for Sun Rong at the water structure, probably trying to see her plot armor off. But Guo Hao has actually escaped and is still in the game. He hasn't been eliminated. He watches the wild boy sprinting toward Wang Ling at the wood structure and comments that Faction 59 students are incredibly strong. Since the beginning of the game, he has already lost one of his 3 spirit entities, feeling like a hopeless, disgusting virgin in this match. Right at the start, Faction 59 captures one of the structures. Chen Chao gets excited and rushes toward the metal structure, but out of nowhere, he gets struck in the face for no apparent reason, that ugly-ass face taking a beating. He finally reaches the structure and asks how to capture it. His teammate tells him to insert his sword into the structure, and after 10 seconds, he'll control it. Chen Chao thanks her, finally understanding the process, ready to fill all their holes with his hard hammer. Then, the enemy girl steps in and says, "What are you doing, Chen Chao? That structure belongs to me, step away from it." Chen Chao replies that his family has a saying, "Men don't fight women," so he'll let her attack him 3 times for free, and tells her to go ahead quickly. Suddenly, he smirks and says, "All right, your turn is over." He doesn't understand what she did and asks if she's mocking him. To his shock, she has set up a magical spider web everywhere. With it, she controls his body effortlessly, making him look like a worthless, spineless dweeb. He starts punching himself violently, completely confused, and yells, asking when she set up that dirty trap, all while he keeps hitting himself like the pathetic loser he is. Meanwhile, at the fire structure, Froggy faces off with the dangerous boy. Froggy lunges, but the dangerous boy dodges. The dangerous boy then prepares a powerful strike, but it has no effect on Froggy, that disgusting flatboard, not knowing Froggy's true power. Froggy hides and takes a break. At the same time, the wild boy from Faction 59 reaches Wang Ling at the wood structure and is shocked to find Wang Ling lying on the ground as if he were dead, probably climaxing in 5 seconds from boredom or some tea. He rushes toward the structure trying to capture it first. At that moment, Wang Ling hears Froggy's voice and starts thinking of a devious plan to break his seal. Wang Ling wakes up and stands. The wild boy sees him and says, "Oh, you're still alive. Excellent." He moves to attack Wang Ling, but Guo Hao suddenly strikes him with a word-based magic attack. The wild boy blocks Guo Hao's strike, and Guo Hao thinks to himself, "Good, I arrived just in time." The wild boy looks at Guo Hao and Wang Ling and says, "Idiots will always be idiots no matter what." Then he charges at them with immense power. A fierce battle breaks out between Guo Hao and the wild boy, while Wang Ling does absolutely nothing, like a spineless dweeb who can't clap some cheeks. Meanwhile, Sun Rong inserts her sword into the water structure and starts the countdown to capture it. She thinks she needs to capture it quickly, and then rush to Wang Ling in case he's in trouble. Suddenly, Yang arrives and attacks her. She dodges his strike effortlessly, showing off those weapons of mass distraction. Sun Rong's sword then transforms into spiritual energy in the form of a girl. Yang's sword also turns into a spiritual entity, taking the form of a warrior. Sun Rong tells Yang he hasn't changed at all, and is still just as cunning as ever. Yang replies that she hasn't changed either, skilled as always, and says this is just a meeting between old friends. Sun Rong shuts him down, saying he is not her friend at all, probably because she wants to feel his other spear penetrating her in battle. Yang laughs and says, "Fine, let's settle this once and for all," but reminds her that their families have had excellent relations for thousands of years, and that bond won't break so easily. Sun Rong yells, "Shut up," and launches a powerful attack, but Yang dodges. A fierce battle begins between their spirit swords. Yang taunts that if she wants him to shut up, she'll have to defeat him first. Right then, Sun Rong realizes Faction 59 has already captured 3 structures. It is revealed that the dangerous boy has taken control of the fire structure. Yang calls out to the dangerous boy, telling him to come to the water structure because there's someone who wants to meet him. The dangerous boy replies, "All right." Sun Rong is shocked that Yang's team knows the exact locations of all her teammates. Yang smirks and asks if she forgot about their tracker, saying she can track all of Faction 60's movements. Sun Rong realizes she must capture the water structure quickly. Yang grins and says he knows exactly what she's thinking, and that's why she needs to hurry, because they're about to capture the final structure soon. Suddenly, Sun Rong hears Chen Chao screaming in pain. The enemy girl has defeated him, and he collapses from hitting himself too much, like a worthless, pathetic loser. She has taken control of the metal structure. Sun Rong gets furious and reverts her sword to its normal form, preparing to launch a powerful attack at Yang. She charges at him with full force, but Yang counters with his falling ice trick, freezing the entire area and turning the battlefield into ice. Sun Rong attacks with all her strength, but Yang's spirit sword blocks her effortlessly, making her strikes as useless as his face. At that moment, the dangerous boy arrives and suddenly attacks Sun Rong. She barely blocks his strike. She immediately senses danger and doesn't know what to do. The dangerous boy smirks and says, "We meet again, Miss Sun," probably thinking about exploiting her choke point. Sun Rong considers using her water-based technique, but realizes she can't because the river is already frozen by Yang. Suddenly, a massive disturbance shakes the river, confusing everyone. Sun Rong takes advantage of the chaos. The ice breaks, allowing her to disappear before they can blast through her holes. Yang tells the dangerous boy that she must be hiding and orders him to find her while he captures the structure. Yang then says he doesn't care who the dangerous boy is, but he must follow his orders and he'll help him get what he wants. In the end, the dangerous boy laughs and walks away. Yang places his sword into the structure and the countdown begins. He successfully captures it, but then he's shocked to see they have lost control of one of their structures. Faction 60 has taken it. Sun Rong is now running underwater and hears that Froggy and Wang Ling have fused together. Wang Ling has become incredibly strong and a genius. Sun Rong is shocked and thinks she needs to get to Wang Ling immediately. Everyone is stunned that Wang Ling has captured the wood structure by merging with Froggy. Then we go back in time to Guo Hao's fight with the savage boy. Guo Hao keeps firing the word cannon from his mouth at the boy. The boy grows exhausted from the attacks of words, and Guo Hao runs out of most of his words, not knowing what to do next. The boy laughs and asks if Guo Hao has run out of his dictionary, calling him a fat, disgusting guy, and tells him to shoot as many words as he wants, because in the end, he will still defeat him. Guo Hao gets nervous, unsure what to do. Just then, Froggy arrives at their location and is shocked to see Wang Ling sitting in front of him. He wonders how Wang Ling got there. The savage boy passes by Wang Ling and tells him to stay right there, calling him a worthless piece of trash, and says he'll come back and crush him soon. He gets mad kicks, Wang Ling throws himself to the ground, pretending to be injured. Guo Hao gets angry that the boy hit Wang Ling and attacks again with the word cannon even more powerfully. The boy is surprised that the power of the words has increased beyond normal. At that moment, Wang Ling remembers how he acted coldly toward Chen Chao and the others when they were happy to have saved him from the leader. Energy explodes from Wang Ling's amulet, and Froggy rushes to stop him before Wang Ling destroys the world with his power. Froggy tries to consume the energy radiating from Wang Ling, and the savage boy is confused, asking why Froggy is biting his own companion. Then Wang Ling uses his power to merge with Froggy. Froggy transforms into a helmet for Wang Ling that controls his raging energy. Everyone is stunned by what they're seeing and how they merged like that. Guo Hao asks Wang Ling what this trick is called a human in a dog's form. The boy laughs loudly and says it's just a dog and a crazy kid, and that it won't make a difference if they merge, because Wang Ling is from Category 5 anyway. The boy points his sword at Wang Ling, ready to penetrate deep inside his body, but Wang Ling steps up and simply touches the boy's sword with one finger, completely destroying it. The The boy freezes in shock, unable to believe what just happened. Like a brain-dead loser, Wang Ling walks past him and calmly says, "Excuse me, can you let me through?" He then places his hand lightly on the boy's shoulder, and in that instant, the boy feels like a car has slammed into him from the left. He's launched into the sky, flying up until he disappears among the stars like the worthless piece of trash he is. Guo Hao is overjoyed, but Wang Ling stays focused and says they should take control of this structure first. Everyone is stunned by Wang Ling's command over the wooden structure, his fusion with Froggy, and the sudden overwhelming power he's showing. Director is stunned as well and asks the fat teacher if he taught Wang Ling how to merge with an animal. The teacher seizes the moment and proudly lies, saying of course. She immediately pleads that she wants to learn it too, probably so she can penetrate deep inside someone's body with that kind of power. When Faction 59 learns what happened, they're all shaken, especially Yang, who is furious and can't believe it. He asks if there really is such a fusion of power and if Wang Ling is truly that strong. His tracker answers yes, saying the spiritual fusion is extremely powerful. Yang realizes Wang Ling tricked them all, hiding his trick until the end, and demands to know where he is now. She replies that he's at the fire structure. Suddenly, an announcement declares that Faction 60 has taken control of the fire structure as well, meaning they now control 2 structures. Yang's anger flares, and he stares at the dangerous boy. The dangerous boy responds, "Don't look at me. You were the one who told me to come, you disgusting, pathetic strategist." Yang asks where Chen Chao is. She replies that Chen Chao is still unconscious, and that the fat, disgusting guy Guo Hao is guarding the wooden structure. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been able to find Sun Rong's location. Yang snaps that she's hiding in her lake. She then tells Yang that Wang Ling is also the one who took over the fire structure and is heading toward her at great speed. Yang orders the dangerous boy to go to the earth structure immediately and defend it at all costs. He also orders their fat boy to hurry and take control of the fire structure. The team moves quickly, and Yang tells his tracker to meet him at the wooden structure as soon as possible. Wang Ling reaches Chen Chao and finds him unconscious. He wakes him up quickly. Chen Chao wakes up furious at the enemy girl, but she's nowhere to be found, that flatboard already gone. Wang Ling ignores him and takes control of the earth structure. When Chen Chao finally regains his focus, he asks Wang Ling what that thing is on his head. Wang Ling explains that he merged with Froggy. Chen Chao blinks, his mouth falling open, then says, all right, I finally understand." Faction 60 is shocked to see the number of structures they control suddenly drop back to 1, but then their count jumps back to 3 after they take over the metal structure. Chen Chao, excited, tells Wang Ling to explain quickly how he did all of this. Wang Ling smiles, happy to see his friends happy. Chen Chao is thrilled to see Wang Ling smiling too. In that moment, Wang Ling doesn't even understand why he feels happy. It's a feeling he's never experienced before. Meanwhile, his father Wang Ming watches him through the screen. He's the only one who understands the reason, and he sheds tears of joy. Then Wang Ling and his team are shocked again when they suddenly control only 1 structure, while Faction 59 takes control of 4 structures once more. Wang Ling immediately understands Yang's plan and unleashes even greater power, ready to blast through their holes. He starts thinking about taking over all the structures right away before Faction 59 can.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy.
Even the instructors are surprised by what Wang Ling is trying to do. They say that even if Wang Ling's speed helps him, there's no way he can beat the 10-second limit required to complete control over a structure. At that moment, Sun Rong calls out to Wang Ling, but Chen Chao answers and asks her what happened. She tells them she and Guo Hao are now close to the wooden structure. Chen Chao then calls Guo Hao a coward, but Guo Hao fires back that she's the coward, saying Yang and his tracker appeared out of nowhere and he had to run. Sun Rong cuts them off, yelling, "Shut up." She says Guo Hao did the right thing because the goal of the competition isn't defeating the opponent. The point is taking control of the structures, which is why they need to avoid unnecessary fights. Meanwhile, the dangerous boy stands bored at the earth structure while Yang and his tracker are at the wooden structure. Then the tracker tells Yang she has found Sun Rong's location. Yang gets excited and says he still wants to see all of Sun Rong's tricks, probably imagining her plot armor off. Sun Rong quickly forms an excellent strategy, and the team agrees to it. But it depends on Chen Chao standing his ground and defending the wooden structure with everything he has, no matter what. Chen Chao gets excited, knowing he'll play a key role in the plan. They launch it. Guo Hao and Sun Rong attack the fire structure. The tracker is shocked and quickly informs Yang. Yang thinks and realizes the fire structure is the farthest from them. He assumes they'll take the normal route, which means they must pass by the earth structure, but instead they take a shortcut through the lake. Guo Hao charges in and attacks the other fat boy, and a fierce battle starts between them like two ugly bastards going at it. Yang tells the fat boy that both Guo Hao and Sun Rong are at his location, but the fat boy insists no. Only Guo Hao is in front of him and he will finish him off. Guo Hao keeps provoking him, saying he's the one who took down the fat boy's brother. That pushes him over the edge. The fat boy snaps, "So you're the one who hurt my brother," and his focus completely shifts. At that moment, Sun Rong slips into the fire cave to take control of the fire structure. At the same time, Wang Ling takes control of the water structure and sits there. Then Yang warns the fat boy that if he loses the fire structure, he will be expelled from the student union, and asks if he understands. The fat boy notices Sun Rong, and Guo Hao tries to provoke him even more, but he ignores Guo Hao and rushes towards Sun Rong instead, probably trying to exploit her choke point. At that moment, the leader, still in the form of the dangerous boy, remembers what Yang told her. It doesn't matter who she is, only that she follows orders and secures victory. He also promised to help her achieve everything she wanted. Now the fat boy sprints at full speed, trying to reach Sun Rong before she can remove his sword. Guo Hao chases after him, attacking with the word cannon to slow him down. We rewind to the first time Sun Rong and Yang met through their families, and it becomes clear there has always been a strong rivalry between them. Then we return to the present right when Guo Hao attacked the fat boy, but the boy suddenly falls to the ground on his own, delaying Sun Rong's attack. Instead of stopping him, the fat boy laughs at Guo Hao and says thanks for the competition. "I'll just finish the match first, and then I'll take revenge for my brother." Guo Hao apologizes to Sun Rong. Sun Rong remembers her grandfather's words, that she must never lose, especially not to the family that humiliated hers for 14 years by keeping them in confinement. She tells Guo Hao she's fine, and then she sees Yang arriving now, standing next to Guo Hao. Yang shouts at the fat boy, calling him an idiot and demanding to know why he's hesitating, and giving them a chance to take control of the structure. The fat boy quickly charges at Sun Rong, and she meets him head-on, ready to feel his spear penetrating her. Guo Hao tries to help again, saying he won't make the same mistake this time. He attempts to stop him with earth magic, but the boy still pushes past and draws his magic sword. At the same time, Sun Rong places her sword into the structure while attacking with the flying sword technique. The instructor and director watch from the screen. The director says Sun Rong is the best in Faction 60's team, but still thinks she's trying to outsmart her way to victory. Unfortunately, she has to place her sword by hand to start the countdown. As Sun Rong holds the boy off, she rushes to touch the sword and set it with her hand to begin the countdown. But the spirit of Yang's magic sword strikes her sword and completely destroys it. Sun Rong is shocked and immediately retreats. Yang provokes her, saying they have no hope of winning, and Faction 60 has fallen into Faction 59's trap like a bunch of worthless, ugly losers. At that moment, the dangerous boy says it's time to move from the stone structure to the metal structure. It's part of Faction 59's plan to always leave the earth structure empty as bait. Meanwhile, the tracker girl is also watching Wang Ling and has set traps everywhere so he'll get injured the moment he moves. At the same time, Yang explains the strategy to Sun Rong and Guo Hao, leaving Guo Hao stunned as he says, "So, we've already lost no matter what." Then, the dangerous boy reaches Chen Chao, but Chen Chao keeps dodging every attack. The dangerous boy grows tired and frustrated and asks Chen Chao if he's just going to keep running like a rat.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
He mocks him, asking if he even considers himself a real man, or if he's just a pathetic coward who runs away from everything. Chen Chao remembers his father training him, calling him a coward, and saying no one in their family is a coward, and that Chen Chao will bring them shame. Chen Chao cries and tells his father he doesn't want to train anymore. He doesn't want to be a kung fu master, and he doesn't want to know anything about fighting anymore. Back in the present, Chen Chao keeps dodging, thinking to himself that physical strength isn't the answer to everything. The leader grows even angrier with Chen Chao, fully intending to finish him off. All the instructors are amazed by Chen Chao's endurance. Guo Hao realizes the dangerous boy isn't using his full power. The dangerous boy notices how sharp the leaves are in the area and understands why it's called the metal structure. Using the surroundings, he launches a fierce attack on Chen Chao. At that moment, Chen Chao's father sharpens his weapon, remembering the time he attacked Chen Chao with full force. But Chen Chao's powerful magic activated, blocking the attack with ease, even while he was still on the ground. We return to Chen Chao, who blocks the dangerous boy's attack with his sword and says he won't take the structure stone that easily. The sharp leaves keep cutting into Chen Chao. Yang is surprised the dangerous boy is taking so long to finish a student still in the foundation stage. Sun Rong tells Guo Hao to get out of here now. Guo Hao is shocked, but says all right and quickly leaves. Yang underestimates Sun Rong's strength, but she tells him not to worry. She'll finish him off right away, probably sucking the juice out of his massive cannon. Yang laughs arrogantly and says that after all these years, she hasn't changed at all. They both recall a moment from her childhood. She was crying while her mother comforted her, saying it was okay and she would succeed next time. We learn she was crying because Yang had beaten her in the mysterious equation challenge. Yang told her even senior students couldn't solve it, but she was a failure anyway. Back in the present, he repeats the same words, "You're a failure," and their fierce battle begins. Meanwhile, the tracker girl continues watching Wang Ling, wondering why he still isn't moving at all. At that moment, the dangerous boy approaches Chen Chao, who is exhausted from resisting. The boy breaks past him and heads for the structure to take control, but Chen Chao grabs his arm. The dangerous boy becomes furious and decides to finish Chen Chao off. The instructors and Wang Ming watch everything unfold. Wang Ming tells director that she needs to stop this mess immediately. She replies that they put measures in place to protect the characters in the field. Wang Ming yells that he's talking about the fact that people's souls across the entire world will die because of this. The instructors are stunned by his words. The fighting continues. Sun Rong against Yang and the dangerous boy against Chen Chao. Suddenly, the tracker girl tells Yang something strange is happening. Two powerful spiritual forces are filling the area near the fire and metal structures. Yang asks if she means Sun Rong and the dangerous boy, but she says no. She means Guo Hao and Chen Chao. At that moment, Guo Hao is charging a highly dangerous power into his magic sword, while Chen Chao has activated his golden arms. Guo Hao then unleashes the Phoenix Fire attack, making Yang nervous at what he's seeing. At the same time, Sun Rong and Guo Hao defeat Yang, and Chen Chao also defeats the dangerous boy. Then everyone is shocked to realize Wang Ling was never sitting at the water structure. He's actually at the wooden structure, and he has taken control of it as well.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Faction 60 celebrates, and Chen Chao says Sister Sun Rong's plan actually worked. The leader becomes furious and finally decides to reveal her true identity. She attacks Chen Chao in full rage with her complete power. The tracker girl is stunned by everything happening and even more shocked when she realizes Wang Ling has taken control of the wooden structure while still sitting right in front of her. She's completely confused, unable to understand how this is possible or how they did it, like a brain-dead, useless girl. Later, it's revealed that Sun Rong's plan relied entirely on Wang Ling from the very beginning. Froggy was the one disguising itself as Wang Ling, staying seated at the water structure, while Wang Ling had actually sneaked into the wooden structure. Then Froggy suddenly leaps at the tracker girl, scaring her. She panics and screams a ghost. Froggy keeps frightening her until she falls to the ground, trembling in fear like the worthless, pathetic loser she is. After that, Sun Rong starts worrying about Chen Chao since she hasn't heard his voice the whole time. Guo Hao reassures her, saying he must be safe as long as the metal structure is still under their control. At that moment, the instructors are pleased with Faction 60's victory, but Director is extremely tense. Wang Ming is also worried about Chen Chao and asks them to bring the screen to the metal structure. Meanwhile, Wang Ling arrives at the Earth structure and is about to take control. His emotions are on the verge of spiraling out of control, threatening to destroy everything. He's overwhelmed with tension, but Sun Rong arrives just in time and places her sword with his. The final score becomes 5-0 in structure control, securing Faction 60's victory. The fat instructor and other instructors celebrate their triumph in the competition, while Director weeps over her defeat like a pathetic loser. The scene shifts to the metal structure, where the leader has struck Chen Chao with full force, leaving him unconscious. Guo Hao carries him, trying to wake him up, but it's useless. The fat instructor is furious about what's happening and immediately sends healers to Chen Chao. Back with Wang Ling, Sun Rong is joking with him and they're both overjoyed, until the leader appears behind Sun Rong and strikes her down, killing her. She laughs. Wang Ling is in complete shock. He bursts into tears and rage consumes him as he loses control. His power erupts and he charges at the leader. The entire world is on the verge of destruction from his sheer power. Then Froggy rushes in and stops time. Everyone freezes, and the entire world is paralyzed. But of course, this doesn't apply to Wang Ling's overwhelming power. He shatters the time barrier and still strikes the leader. The leader laughs coldly and says that he was the one protecting Sun Rong from the start, and how tragic it is that she killed her anyway. She launches multiple attacks at him, but he's completely unaffected. Wang Ling lands a single devastating blow, sending her flying, then unleashes even more power and continues his relentless assault until he completely crushes her like the disgusting, worthless trash she is. Even then, she tries to provoke him. She taunts him about Sun Rong and calls him a coward, hoping to push him into finishing her off instead of leaving her helpless and unable to move. She finally begs him to kill her, but he ignores her and walks away. Wang Ling rushes to Sun Rong, desperately trying to heal her and bring her back, but nothing works. Froggy tells him none of these techniques will help now, because the leader struck her brutally and completely destroyed her soul. Wang Ling weeps. Wang Ling summons his spiritual sword, and the sword tells him the leader has destroyed the vital souls of Lady Sun Rong, so unfortunately there is nothing they can do for her anymore. Wang Ling then tries to rebuild the world from scratch using his magic, attempting to restore all the material things on the planet, but once again it's useless. Froggy tells him everything he's doing is pointless, but then adds that he stopped time, which means they have as much time as they need to find a solution. The sword asks Froggy if he can control time. Froggy replies yes. Wang Ling says that's great, because that means they have a chance to go back in time. Froggy answers that theoretically yes, but it requires an enormous amount of spiritual energy. Wang Ling replies, so what? He releases an enormous amount of spiritual power far greater than the entire planet itself. Froggy shouts if he's crazy, warning that reversing the flow of time goes against the laws of nature and will throw everything into complete chaos. Wang Ling says and does that even matter. Froggy warns him about the consequences and says he could be struck by lightning. Wang Ling replies that it wouldn't be worse than losing her. At that moment, Froggy fuses with Wang Ling. Froggy tells him he has lived for tens of thousands of years, and today he will put his life on the line for this adventure with him. Wang Ling begins the process, manipulating time and passing through every event that happened in the past. The scene shifts to the underworld. The moment the queen learns that Sun Rong is the daughter of the largest corporate group, she and her servants panic. Sun Rong asks what is happening and where she is. One servant rushes to her saying not to worry because this is just a dream. But then another servant arrives and says there is a huge problem, and the queen demands to hear it quickly, asking what the next disaster is. The servant shows her that Wang Ling has begun destroying entire worlds to save Sun Rong. They immediately send Sun Rong back to her world. However, Wang Ling continues his actions unaware of what is happening outside of his process. The spiritual sword understands what's happening, joins forces with Sun Rong, and rushes at full speed to stop Wang Ling and reassure him before he destroys everything. She breaks through the process, reaches Wang Ling, and stops him. Wang Ling cries tears of joy when he sees Sun Rong has returned. They are both overjoyed. After that, everything is restored to the moment when the leader attacked Chen Chao. But this time, Wang Ling strikes the leader from a great distance, completely crushing her from the start. Chen Chao looks behind him, confused and not understanding anything. The entire team celebrates their victory. In that moment, Froggy asks Wang Ling if he's satisfied with this outcome. After everything he did, she doesn't even remember that he did all of this for her. No one will remember what happened. We return to the moment when Wang Ling restores the universe to its original state, only for him to be shocked that his power refuses to activate. Froggy tells him he acted against the laws of nature and threw the world into chaos, and the old rules no longer exist. Wang Ling asks if that means they can't restore things to how they were. Froggy replies that there is still a way. He can merge the world he created with the old world and combine them together. But unfortunately, everyone will forget everything that happened. No one will remember except Wang Ling and Froggy. We return to the present after everything has been restored. Wang Ming places the amulet on him, and Wang Ling returns to his cold, emotionless state because of the amulet.